A&M. I'm not a Texas guy. I'm not a football guy. But from what I'm told, Texas A&M is the more conservative-leaning large state university. It's in the middle of nowhere. It has an agricultural and mechanical background, of course. That's in the name. And it is really a kind of pure expression of the Texas spirit. At least that's what my Texas friends tell me. But within the administration, it is DEI, DEI, DEI. This week I broke a story on social media and in broadcast media, something shocking that I found from a source, that Texas A&M was sponsoring a trip for students using faculty time and resources and administration resources, so public money, to have students attend what's called the PhD conference. What's the PhD conference? Well, that sounds fine. Students should attend the PhD conference, you say. Well, except for one reason. If you go to the PhD conference's website, they make it explicit. Only certain racial groups are allowed, and whites and Asians are prohibited from attending this conference. It's only for supposedly oppressed minorities. And so this to me is shocking. Texas A&M is sending students to a segregated conference where some races are prohibited from attending. And many people agreed, including the governor of Texas, Greg Abbott, who took my post and said, we're going to deal with this. Texas A&M has to immediately terminate participation in this program, or the president of the university is going to have to find another job. And sure enough, the next day, after initially releasing a mealy-mouthed statement, not really committing, the president of Texas A&M released a statement saying, we've terminated our partnership with this segregated conference. We'll follow the law. Imagine that. And the story segued out of the news. And I think this illustrates a few important dynamics. First, it illustrates that colleges, including those in Texas where there is a ban on discriminatory DEI programs, are so ideologically committed that they're going to try to evade these bans at every turn. And second, we have to watch carefully, and we have to continually raise the alarm about these administrators, about these programs, and start increasing the cost. In fact, there should be an investigation, a civil rights penalty. The people within the administration who are not protected by tenure, who are promoting this conference, should lose their jobs. And until we go beyond beyond the symbolic punishment, if you don't do this, you're going to pay a price. Until we go beyond that and say, you've done this, you're now paying this price, and the price actually means something, in a sense the price is high enough, we're not going to have the kind of changes that we want to see. And ultimately, you can change a paper policy, and you should, this is part of the process, but until you change the personnel, you're not really solving the underlying problem. If you're a kind of person who says, oh wow, segregated conference, cool, let's send some of our BIPOCs to this, you're not the kind of person who should be working at a public university, especially in a place like Texas where you are transgressing not only the written law, but the actual opinion of all of those taxpayers who are supporting your salary.